I broke the lens cover on this camera, but don't tell my mom. Hey, this video I wanted to record about navigating my 20s. Wow, look how blue I've suddenly turned. So what are you doing in your 20s and why are you wasting your time? I feel like when we're in our 20s, usually we're just kind of under the impression that we have so much time, we're so young, and oh my god, no pressure to do anything, like it's fine. For reference, I'm 22 by the way. I hear myself saying this, I say this to friends, I'm like, oh my god, we're so young, like no stress, don't worry, blah blah blah. But oh my god, I think we should no longer be saying this because our 20s are going to fly by and I need to balance my camera. Yeah, so our 20s are literally gonna fly. As everyone says, if you speak to anyone older, they say, oh my god, 20s, yeah, was the best, but it went so quick. So I feel like we need to really start getting to grips with the fact that we aren't finite, we aren't infinite. Time is passing by. And our 20s are a really crucial time in order to find what we really want to do for the rest of our lives, I guess. But also finding that balance of enjoying your 20s, but also smashing some goals and actually getting somewhere in life, getting ahead so that we can really indulge and enjoy our 30s. Because I know that for me, my 30s, I want to have a lot more clarity on where I'm going to be at in life, and that is going to be the time where I am financially abundant and I have, you know, my life kind of sorted out a little bit. I have a partner and all of these things that I hope will happen in my 30s. Anyway, I'm gonna just talk about how I am trying to navigate my 20s because it's been a confusing time. Like, I lived in the UK for like my whole life and now I moved to Sweden, and yeah, I love it here. I love it so much and I do not regret, and I think the best thing I ever did was moving away from home for sure. But this is how I'm kind of navigating the rest 8 years in my 20s. So a few things that I've really prioritized recently, and I have been prioritizing these since from the age of 20, is good food and nourishing foods, and actually understanding that getting into good habits with your eating now while you are young is going to change your life drastically from when you are older. If you are eating shit now, then it's either going to be harder to change when you get older, or you're going to have some real health issues when you're older. So I think it's really important to enjoy eating good food, because eating good food and eating nourishing foods and being healthy, whatever that looks like to you, shouldn't be a pain, it shouldn't be a loss, it shouldn't feel like a sacrifice, it should be enjoyable. So that is something I'm prioritizing in my 20s because I want to get into a good habit of eating good food and eating nourishing foods and just having those baselines of health there. Okay, natural hair and body care. So this is a minefield, to be honest, but using natural skincare products, natural body care products, natural deodorants, natural shampoos, conditioners, serums, etc. is something that I'm really prioritizing as well. So actually, since I moved away from home, I have been making my own like coffee scrubs, my own hair serums, because my hair is super dry, because I used to dye my hair a lot when I was younger, and now I am paying for it because now my hair is almost constantly frizzy and really dry. So it's just kind of fixing those mistakes that I made in my late teens. So using natural deodorants, I always use natural deodorants now. I do not use spray-ons. Honestly, I think spray-ons or roll-ons from the brands like Dove, things like that, they make you sweat more. I swear they make you sweat more. So getting natural body products, natural deodorants, and using natural soaps when you are washing yourself, I think it's such a good thing to get into in your 20s, because all of these things that we use that have these ingredients that we can't even pronounce, we don't know what those effects are having on us, and there is like correlations between diseases that we get when we are older with like the ingredients we are either eating or putting onto our bodies when we are at a young age. So really trying to get into the habit of using natural products on your body, hair, everything like that. And also exercising consistently. And I think this is just a really, really important thing for your health, not for your like physical aesthetic, anything like that. And it doesn't have to be hardcore exercises, but moving your body, going for walks, even like swimming, finding a hobby that requires some movement. I think it's really important to do this in your 20s. And I also listened to a really interesting podcast about muscles and how important it is to have muscles and be building muscle from a young age, because it can actually expand your lifespan. And I want to live as long as I possibly can, to be honest. I don't know about you, and if building muscle and being healthy and moving my body is going to help that, then I am most definitely going to do that. So getting into a good routine of actually moving and things like that, and not putting too much pressure on yourself to move every single day and do intense workouts, but just making sure that your body can move and you have a lot of range of motion. I think that's really important. Testing and experimenting. Oh my God, your 20s are all about experimentation and just testing things, trial and error. I feel like we put too much pressure on ourselves to know exactly what we want to do in our 20s, and this just holds us back and it just wastes time. But we should be testing in multiple things. If that means that you're going to have 10, 20 jobs by the age of 22, then who cares? Because you're testing things, you're finding out what you don't like, you're finding out your strengths and your weaknesses, and this is such a crucial thing. And you will be able to use these tests, use these results for the rest of your life in order to create a career, a job, and things that you really, really enjoy. So making sure that you are testing out different things and really experimenting with what you want to do in your 20s, because this is the time to do that. When you're 30, you probably have rent to pay, I don't even know, a mortgage, all of these other pressures out there. So when you're 20, you don't have many of these pressures, or you might not have as many, or whatever your situation is, I don't know. But so make the most of this time and make the most of experimenting and testing and trialing and really getting to grips of, okay, what can I see myself doing? What can I see myself really enjoying? Because I think it's really important to enjoy our work, to enjoy our jobs, to enjoy our careers and what we do, because after all, we spend most of our lives doing that. And if it's really hard for you, and if you feel like, oh my God, I'm never going to find something that I do enjoy, then making sure that you do things that you do enjoy in your own time after work and really prioritizing that. No comparison. Oh my God, I am so over comparison now. I have spent years and years of my life comparing myself to other people, comparing myself to what journey they're on, and I am so over that. And now I just want to share with you that if you are in your 20s, stop comparing yourself to other people. Like, just stop it. You are on your own path. I'm going to say, even though I told myself not to say it, but you are young and you are on your own path. So stop comparing yourself to where other people are at and just keep moving forward, doing what you enjoy and really soaking in those 20s. Okay, so my camera just gave up on me because it was too warm, which is mad. What is going on, Sweden? But yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, I was talking about not comparing yourself, because that is a total waste of time. And I know that I'm a victim of this, but I am actively trying to avoid doing this so that I can properly get the most out of this age, out of my 20s, and really achieve what I want to achieve, so that my future self is like, thank you. I wanted to share a quote that I actually have seen from Vanessa Lau share on her Instagram. Vanessa Lau is just amazing, so amazing at what she does. And she shared a quote: "You may lose the business and you may lose the money you have made, you may lose the career, but you will never lose the skills it took to make a living for yourself." And I absolutely love this. So I think your 20s is all about building up those skills to make a living for yourself, building up those skills to learn, those skills to adapt, those skills to grow, so that if you have built something and if you end up losing what you have built, you can easily build that up again, because you have the skills to do that. You've done it before, you can do it again. And this really stuck with me, And I think it's going to be something that I try to live by in my 20s, so I can continue to grow and build and make a living for myself, even if I manage to lose things along the way. So that brings me to the end of this video, actually, navigating my freaking 20s. And I hope you found it somewhat useful, and I hope you learned some lessons from this video. I find it really interesting talking about this topic, and as we are in this really weird age of where everyone is literally doing everything and some people are doing nothing, so it's insane really, this period of intense growth which we can have. I hope you found it useful, and do let me know in the comments what you want to see next, or any feedback. I really appreciate it. That is everything. I hope you have a beautiful day, week, month, life, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.